Shalom, shalom, Makim. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashab, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and the righteous men of great Millstone who teach us this truth and righteousness and sincerity and in brotherly love. And salutations to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men of Yasharallah and the 1/3 men, women, and children of Yasharallah. Shalom. This is your brother Shamya coming back at you one more time from the great Millstone held in the Montana camp. We're going to jump right into this camp. We ain't going to waste no more time, okay? It's July the 26th, 2026, the year of apostates, agents, and sellouts, okay? I repeat, it's July the 26th, 2026, the year of apostates, agents, and sellouts, okay? We at the end of July. The end of this week, we're going to be coming into August. Look at how fast the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is speeding up these days and these hours and these weeks and these seconds for our sakes. Okay? Very soon, we're going to be coming into fall, then winter, then coming into the end of this year. Okay? December. We all know what's going to happen in December. Automatic registration for the draft. Okay? Things are heating up in the Middle East. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is stirring the pot. Okay, hey, matter of fact, we're gonna just start off with that. That's an we're gonna start off in that because see, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is moving. He's moving. He's gathering all these the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gathering all these nations together for war. Okay, and we are at the cusp of this thing just popping off. Things are heating up with Iran, with Babylon, with China, with Russia. Let's start off with this real quick because this is what the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing. Let's see. Okay, let's see here real quick. Because see, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is speeding up these days and these hours and these weeks for our sakes. Okay? Let's see. Here it is right here. The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is Joel chapter 3. Okay? Because we here at Great Millstone through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we stay occupied in prophecy. Especially in these last days, man, we stay occupied in prophecy. All these prophecies are popping off. Very soon, I mean, the Motb is at the doorstep. WW3 is at the doorstep. But we know that WW3 can't pop off until they implement that Motb, and that's what this camp is going to be about. A lot of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is putting it on his servants, his prophets' spirits to continuously go into the Motb. Right, we give you updates. Right, WW3 is pretty much here. It's just going to intensify. This is what the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing right now as we speak. Prophecy is being fulfilled. This is Joel chapter 3. And I'm going to start at verse 2. Okay? This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 2. It reads, it says, and now this is the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua speaking. It says, I will also gather all the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. I'm going to read it again. It says, I will also gather all the nations. This is what the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing right now as we speak. He's gathering all these nations together. Okay? And the Lord going to bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. They about to implement this. They're going to have the automatic registration in December. That's December 18th of this year. Right? There are a lot of these analysts and these upper echelon people that's basically saying that war is about to be full blown. It's about to pop off come 2027. Why do you think that they Esau and did this automatic registration for young men between the ages of 18 and 25, and it's automatic? It's not. If come December, it ain't gonna be volunteer no more. You're gonna be automatically registered for the draft. Okay, that conscription that's about to happen come December 18th. Okay, so once 2027 hit, man, things are gonna be. It's gonna be crazy. We almost at the end of 2026, but man, we still got what, like 5 months left. 5 months left. You know, we got August, September, October, November, December. 5 months left. And in these 5 months, man, it's going to be a lot of shit happening within these 5 months. But come 2027, man, it's going to be even more crazier than this year. These wicked ass, stupid ass people are continuously, it's almost the end of the summer, but they continuously, they tried their best to celebrate the 250th anniversary of Babylon being Babylon, but they couldn't even do that. It was disaster. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh was bringing disaster after disaster after disaster all this summer. Judgment everywhere. Okay, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh is judging the wicked 2/3 of our people. Okay, he's judging these wicked ass women, these wicked ass men, and we're not talking about the righteous women, because we know a lot of these scoffers and stuff. They come on our comment board and they watch their videos and try to trap us up and try to make it seem like we're saying something in our videos that we're not. We're not talking about the righteous women. We're talking about you wicked ass women. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh is going to continue to bring judgment after judgment after judgment, and yet the 2/3 of our people refuse to come back to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahweh. They refuse to come back to their power, okay? Because in this last captivity that the Lord have us in, the Lord is making us remember ourselves. But the 2/3 ain't going to get it. These 2/3 N-dubs, right? They're not going to repent. They're going to continue to do their folly. They're going to continue to run amok, to cause havoc and cause trouble, be adulterous, ride the cock carousel, traveling abroad. But guess what? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh is about to bring all that to an end, and we're seeing it. We know it's going to be the 2/3 of our people. They're going to still be prideful and arrogant. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. Hey, keep doing what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? But just remember, you've been warned. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh speaks through his servants, the prophets, and he puts it on our spirit to let you know that your time is running out. For you wicked 2/3 of Israel, your time is running out. It's running out. Okay? It's little time left to repent. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, I will also gather all the nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay? Jehoshaphat, that's the valley of decision. The Lord's going to gather all these troops. It's going to be a draft. All these troops from all these other nations, the Lord going to gather them all down into the valley of decision. It says, I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, Yasharallah, okay? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Those people over there in the land of Israel are not the true biblical Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speak of. They don't fit none of the prophecies, right? And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh, well, we just heard what they're gonna do. Babylon is teaming up with Israel now, so now they're becoming one. So the Lord is speeding this thing up. The Lord is speeding this thing up, man. It's a beautiful thing. We see all these people oblivious to what's going on. Most of these people don't know what the hell is going on. The famine of the word is about to hit. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh is about to take us off these streets very soon. Very soon. You know? You all you scoffers, all you naysayers, all you God critics, all you people that be coming on making these stupid ass videos. You know what I'm saying? Is there a God? Is there, you know, and the Bible is not real. If it's real, and you make up all these excuses and all this stupid ass shit, trying to debunk the Bible, which you can't. The word is out. This word has gone out on all four corners of the earth. You wicked ass people can continue. You can continue to do what you doing, but the word is out. The word is out. The jig is up. Okay. All you scoffers, all you naysayers that continue to talk shit, your day is going to come when the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh brings judgment on you. Okay? And it's going to happen. Okay? But the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh had the Spirit jump on me to go into this camp because things are popping off, man. Things are popping off. You know? The Motb is about to be implemented very soon. You know what I'm saying? But through the Spirit of Power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh and the elders, apostle, great Millstone, the Lord set up, we have this truth. And this truth is going to keep us stable. Our power, our Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is going to keep us stable. We're not going to rely on Esau's beast system. We ain't going to rely on his mark, the charagma. We know that 2/3 of our people are going to take that sea hill because they put their complete faith and trust in Esau and his system. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do that. We're going to put our complete faith and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Man, every single day that I wake up, you know what I'm saying? I have faith and confidence in our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I have faith that the Lord will feed me. He will keep me healthy. He will heal me. He will protect me. He will guide me. He will discipline me. He will chasten me. You know? We have complete faith and trust in our power, who is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? But let me just read this real quick, Akim, because this is beautiful. Because now, with all this AI technology and stuff, you know what I'm saying? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing this truth out on every level. There's no excuse. All you got to do is Google something. What is this? I mean, Esau will, he'll tell the truth and he'll lie at the same time. But through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the elders, apostle, great millstone, the Lord set up, we know how to decipher and maneuver through all that. You know what I'm saying? So let me read this real quick. And all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, hallelujah. Rakatah Yahweh, Rakatah Yahweh Shai. This camp, I'm gonna title this camp the Motb update. Okay? Now what I did was the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Spirit jumped on me. Now before I read this, we got to go into it. We always go into it, because this is what the elders, apostles, great millstone have us doing every single time. You know what I'm saying? This is what's on our spirit right now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let's read it. Revelations 13. Because it's about to happen. Revelations 13. This is Revelations 13. I'm going to read verse 16 through 18. It reads, and this is in the book of Revelation, the last book of the Bible. This is a very important prophecy that's about to come to pass very soon. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. It says this, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now we have many videos. We here at Great Millstone, we have many videos to prove what that mark is talking about. It's going to be a physical thing that they insert inside you, right? You break that word mark down. In the Greek is charagma, right? Then you go into the root word of charagma is charax, which means that charax is going to be a sharp pointed instrument that they use to insert the mark, that sea hip, right? They're going to use the charax to insert that sea hip inside of you. Okay? Again, the word mark, charagma. You go into the root word, the Greek word for mark is charagma. You go into the root word of charagma is charax. That's going to be the sharp pointed instrument, that needle that they're going to use to insert the charagma, the mark, inside of you. It's going to be a physical thing. And we're going to prove it too. This is where we always prove it. We here at Great Millstone. It says, Revelations chapter 13 and verse 16, it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding, see, because we have understanding. We go into this prophecy numerous times. We go into this prophecy over and over and over and over again. Why? Because the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua had the Spirit on us to go into this. Because this is a prophecy that's about to happen. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 18. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now let's go into this real quick, because like I said, we have many videos to prove this, but let me read this real quick. And I just Googled this. This ain't nothing that I'm making up. You know what I'm saying? They'll say all those people, those dudes that be out on the street, they're false prophets and everything. No, he ain't. We're the true prophets of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? We're out here week in and week out, right? Prophesying, teaching, okay? Edifying, okay? This is what we do. You know? We're not nothing that we're saying is a lie. Everything that we're saying is the truth. Nothing that we're saying is we're not lying about none of this. We're telling the truth. And we're proving to you that we're telling the truth. This is I googled Revelations chapter 13 verse 16 to 17 technology. This is what I googled. Okay? This is what I googled. Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 to 17 technology. This is the answer that I came back with. It says this. In Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 to 17, the Bible prophesies, because this is a book of prophecy. Okay? It's a book of law, statute, commandments, right? This is our book, the book of the Israelites, okay? Through the Spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai, and this is a book of prophecy too. It says in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 and 17, the Bible prophesies I'm not making this up. All I did was Google this. It says the Bible prophesies a global economic system where no one can buy or sell without a specific mark on their right hand or forehead. It says today, this imagery is frequently compared to modern technological advancements like biometric tracking, cashless transactions. This is where we at now. We got contactless payments. They just sent me my new bank card in the mail. It's a tap to pay. This is where we at. Tap to pay. All you gotta do, you get the stuff, you tap, boop. What you think is next? That's CHIP. They're gonna put it in there. All you gotta do is wave your hand or bit, boop. That's what you gotta do. It says compared to modern technological advancements like biometric tracking, cashless transactions, and implantable microchips. Now remember, all I did was Google Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17, technology. That's all I put. I didn't put microchip. I was like, will they force a microchip inside you? Because you know the Esau gonna lie. No, they're not gonna enforce it. They got many states that are against it, and they have laws against. No, they gonna do it. Eventually, they gonna make everybody. Esau gonna try to get everybody to take that mark, that charagma, and he gonna make it mandatory. Okay, that's what he gonna do. It says compared to modern technological advancements like biometric tracking, cashless transactions, and implantable microchips, modern technological advancements have rapidly bridged the gap between the ancient text of Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17, and modern socio-economic capabilities. The scripture describes a mandatory mark. You hear that, Nate? It's June. Ain't no microchip. Well, it says right here, in modern socio-economic capabilities, the scripture describes a mandatory mark. What is that mandatory? What does mandatory mean? It means they're basically you have to do it. It's going to be mandated. Just like with the when they had the C-19 in a lot of places where people had their jobs and stuff, a lot of them places said, look, you have to it's going to be mandatory to take that jab, or you can't work here. And what did a lot of them people do? They took that jab to keep their job. It says, in modern socioeconomic capabilities, the scripture describes a mandatory mark required for human commerce. It says biometric identifiers and microchip implants. It says the physical locations mentioned, the right hand or forehead, frequently draw comparisons to modern hardware, RFID and NFC implants, small subcutaneous microchips are actively used by early adopters to store medical data, access buildings and execute contactless payments using their hands. There are over 50,000 people in the world right now that have a C-hip in their hand, and they use it, what we just read, to make payments, to open up doors to their business, to open up their car door, to open up their home, right? The lock on their door, they use it. They got the C-hip in their hand, and all they got to do is beep, and they in. You know what I'm saying? Then I Googled Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17, future prophecy of technology. This is what I'm going to read it again. I Googled Revelations 13, 16 to 17, future prophecy of technology. This is what I came back with. It says this: Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17 is the primary biblical text by scholars. So even these scholars know. These high-level scholars, they know. They know. How is it that a lot of our people try to, they said that it ain't no microchip, like you know, Nate and them at IOIC. These scholars, these upper elite scholars know that the C-hip is that's the mark. That's why a lot of our people, the 2/3 of our people, they gonna run and take that C-hip. It says Revelations 13, 16 to 17 is the primary biblical text by scholars, theologians, and futurists to discuss a global system of absolute economic and social control. While the text was written long before the digital age, modern interpretations increasingly view it as a prophetic blueprint for the integration of biometrics, because this is the age that we're in now. AI, digital, everything going digital, biometrics, you know, artificial intelligence, tap to pay, contactless payment. You know what I'm saying? What is all this? All the other shit. Blockchain. You know, this is the age we're in. It says, view it as a prophetic blueprint for the integration of biometrics, central bank digital currencies, parentheses CBDCs, and artificial intelligence, AI. It says technological precursors to the mark, modern eschatology, which is the study of end-time prophecy. It says highlights several current technologies that mirror the infrastructure described in the text. It says biometric authentication. It says subcutaneous microchips, parentheses like RFID/NFC implants, palm vein scanning, and quantum dot tattoos are viewed as the literal mechanisms for a mark placed on the right hand or on their foreheads. It says centralized digital identity. Global initiatives for unified IDs attempt to link a person's legal identity, health records, and financial access into a single undeletable credential. It says the mechanics of economic exclusion. It says the text emphasizes that missing the mark results in immediate exclusion from commerce, parentheses it says parentheses that no one may buy or sell. Because without that mark, you won't be able to do anything. And you know Eve is going to take that C-hip. Especially these Eves, they got all these kids and shit from other men. You know what I'm saying? When they realize that, look, Esau going to tell them, look, if you want to keep your WIC, if you want to keep your EBT, if you want to keep your housing, you're gonna have to take that C-hip. What you think the average N-dub is gonna do? What do you think she's gonna do? It says immediate exclusion from commerce, parentheses that no one may buy or sell, It says tech-driven economic systems provide real-world parallels to this prophecy. This is a prophecy. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17. This is a prophecy that's about to come to pass. And we here at Great Millstone, we are the exclusive camp that teach about this 144% all the time. We go into the Motb lesson after lesson, camp after camp. Why? Because this is a prophecy that's about to happen, that's about to take place. All you naysayers that had talked all this shit all this time and think that it's cute, thinking that it's a joke, preaching false doctrine, saying that the C-hip ain't the Motb. You wait until that C-hip be implemented, and then all these people, they're gonna be trying to find the real men of the Lord that was teaching all this time the right way to break down Revelations 13. You know what I'm saying? And 16 on down. But it's gonna be too late. A lot of people gonna take that C-hip, man, because they have a lot of these false ass camps have said that the C-hip ain't the Motb. A lot of these false camps have a lot of explaining to do when that C-hip come. It says social credit systems like China's social credit framework demonstrates how automatic real-time data monitoring can punish or reward citizens by blocking them from purchasing plane tickets, renting homes, or keeping bank accounts. This is Revelation. I googled Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, and Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17, technology. That's what I googled. Revelations 3 and 10, and Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17, technology. This is the answer that came back. It says this. In biblical prophecy, Revelations 3 and 10 and Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 and 17 describes a global surveillance and financial central system. I'll read it again. Revelations 3 and 10 and Revelations 13, 16 and 17 says describes a global surveillance and financial control system. Modern advancements in AI, biometrics, and digital currency make these ancient descriptions technologically possible today. I'm gonna read that again. I'm gonna read it again. I googled Revelations 3 and 10 and Revelations 13, 16 and 17, technology. It says, the answer came back in biblical prophecy, Revelations 3 and 10 and Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17, describes a global surveillance and financial control system, modern advancement, and AI, biometrics, and digital currency make these ancient descriptions technologically possible today. Which also proves that Great Millstone was telling the truth all this time. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the elders apostles of Great Millstone, the Lord set up. They were telling the truth all this time. We're not making any of this up. We're proving this to you. The true prophets of the Heavenly Father Yahweh Shem Yahushua that the Lord set up. We're telling you this. This is going to be the next prophecy. The implementation of the Motb. It says in Christian eschatology, the pairing of Revelations 3 and 10 and Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 and 17 forms a foundational framework for how modern technology might facilitate end times prophecy. Together, these verses outline a global trial and a hyper-controlled economic grid, which theologians and tech analysts increasingly link to infrastructure like central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, biometric tracking, and artificial intelligence. It says cashless societies and CBDCs, parentheses, buying and selling. So we're proving that this is going to be a physical thing. It's not that the mark of the beast saying it's not sleeping with white women, you know what I'm saying, or a picture of Caesar Borgia. No, this is going to be physical, literal. It says cashless societies and CBDCs buying and selling. It's the mechanics of Revelations 13 and 17 require complete financial oversight to push toward a cashless society via central bank digital currencies, allows a centralized authority to program money if a user does not comply with societal mandates. That word mandate again, which means mandatory, is going to be made mandatory. Esau going to make it mandatory that you take that C here. Mandates their digital wallet can be frozen instantly, effectively shutting off their economic survival. So we see Eve. They look, you know, they said, look, if you don't take it, we shutting down your EBT, we shutting down your WIC, we shutting down your bank card, we shutting down everything. Your bank account, everything. The 2/3 of our people they gonna take that CHIP. It says, then I Googled Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17, microchip technology. Okay? Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17, microchip technology. It says Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17 describes a prophetic mark required for buying and selling, leading many modern readers to connect it with implantable microchips. Like I said, we here at Great Millstone, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and the elders apostle Great Millstone the Lord set up, we've been saying this all this time. Elder Tahar been saying this for over 40 years. He been saying this. He been saying this. It's like this is going to be the next prophecy. And yet you wicked ass people have been scoffing. You talk shit. You put false allegations against the men of the Lord. You did all manner of wickedness against his prophets, against the Lord's prophets. And now we're coming into the time now where you're going to see, man, them guys that was on the street that we were talking shit to and trying to put false allegations against, they were telling the truth all this time. I'm going to read it again. I Googled Revelations 13, 16 to 17, microchip technology. It says Revelations 13, 16 to 17 describes a prophetic mark required for buying and selling, leading many modern readers to connect it with implantable microchips. It says, though biblical scholars and the theologians hold diverse views on this comparison, perspective on microchips, okay? Now we're going into this. Perspective on microchips and prophecy. It says, technological parallels. It says, some Christians and prophecy commentators suggest that radio frequency identification, RFID, or biometric microchips mirror the text because they can store financial data and facilitate cashless transactions. And then I Googled Revelations 13, 16 to 17, microchip implants. It says the correlation between Revelations 13, 16 to 17 and microchip implants stems from modern technology mirroring the functional capabilities described in the biblical text. Why people link it to the microchips? It says the economic control. The verse describes a system where it is physically impossible to buy or sell without the mark. Current microchip technology allows for cashless, digital, financial transactions through contactless scanning, physical location. It says human microchipping companies implant the device specifically into the fleshly webbing. That's right here, right there. It says implant the device specifically into the fleshly webbing of the right hand between the thumb and the index finger. This aligns exactly with the biblical location. And then it says the Greek word, which we here at Great Millstone always going to, that Greek word for mark, charagma. We Googled it and they finna say the same thing that we've been saying. It says the Greek word for mark used in the text is charagma. Historically, this meant an engraved, stamped, or branded mark. Proponents of the microchip theory argue that an injection or needle puncture satisfies this literal interpretation. This is going to be literal, like we keep saying over and over again. It's going to be literal. It's going to be physical. It says, now, Revelations 13 and 16. Let's read it one more again. Revelations 13, 16. Revelations 13, 16. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Revelations 13, 16. And it reads, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. We're going to go into that word mark again. We Google, the Google, they went into it, and we're going to go into it again too. We hear a Great Millstone. Okay? This is Revelations 13 and 16 for the word mark. Revelations 13 and 16 for the word mark. Strong's Concordance G5480, right? We know what it is, that mark, okay? From G5482, from Carasso, it says, parentheses, to sharpen to a point through the idea of scratching, right? This is going to be physical. Let's read Revelations 13 and 17. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, right? That's verse 17, Revelations 13, 17. We go into that word buy. Strong's Concordance G59. It says properly to go to the market, right? When you go to the, what do you go to the market for? What do you go to the grocery store for? To buy something, to buy food. You go to Walmart. You buy food. You could buy curtains there. You can buy sheets there. You can buy vacuums there. You can buy electronics there. You can buy cell phones there. You can buy furniture there. You can buy camp supplies there. You go to the market. You go to the grocery store. You go to those type of places to buy things. You go there to physically buy things. Going to that word mark again, Revelations 13, 17, buy. Strong's Concordance G59. It says properly to go to the market, i.e., by implication, to purchase. When you go to the grocery store, you go there to buy something, to purchase something. It says specially to redeem. Go deeper into that word buy. Strong's Concordance G59. In the lexicon, it says to frequent the marketplace. Again, when you go to the marketplace, you know, you go to the marketplace, grocery store, right? You go there to buy things, purchase things. In the lexicon, it says to frequent the marketplace, to buy, parentheses, properly in the marketplace, literal, absolutely. It says literal, absolutely. And then it gives us one of the precepts, John 4 and 8. John 4 and 8. Let's go to John 4 and 8. John 4 and 8. Let's see what that says. John 4 and 8. John 4 and 8. We're just gonna read verse 7 just to get to see what's going on in this chapter. This is John 4 and 8. It says, this is about the woman from Samaria, right? In this chapter. But we're gonna start at verse. We're gonna read John 4 and 7, and it reads. It says, "There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahushua said unto her, Give me drink." Verse 8. Here's the kicker right here. It says this: "For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat." On the bottom of my page in the clip notes, where it says, in John 4 and 8, it says for meat, it says food. So they went to go and buy some food. The disciples went to go and buy some food. They were literally, physically going to buy food. How do we know? Well, let's read it again. Verse 8, it says, "For the disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat," which is food, right? So Revelation chapter 13 and verse 17. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 17. Salakia. Revelation chapter 13 verse 17, right? For the word buy, right? The concordance for that, Revelation chapter 13 verse 17 for buy, is Strong's Concordance G59. Right here in John chapter 4 and verse 8, for buy, it's the same concordance, G59. The same concordance that it has in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 17, which also shows you and proves to you that this is going to be physical. You won't be able to buy or sell anything without that C-hip, that mark. We just proved it. Revelation chapter 13 verse 17 for the word mark, G59. John chapter 4 and verse 8 for buy, G59. The same concordance that it has for buy in Revelation chapter 13 verse 17. I'm going to read it again. This is John chapter 4 and verse 8. John chapter 4 and verse 8. It reads, it says, "For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat." Buy. Strong's Concordance G59. The same concordance that it has in Revelation chapter 13 verse 17. Then, Revelation chapter 13 verse 17, when it says this, Revelation chapter 13 verse 17, it says, "And that no man might buy," we went into that word buy, "or sell, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." We went into the word buy. We're going to go into that word sell. This is the concordance, Strong's Concordance for sale in Revelations 13 and 17 for sale. Strong's Concordance G4453. In the lexicon, this is what it says: to barter, i.e. to sell absolutely. Then it gives us the precept Luke 17 and 28, right? So let's see what Luke 17 and 28 says. Luke 17 and 28. Luke 17 and 28. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, Hallelujah. This is Luke 17 This is Luke verse 17 and verse 28. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. I'm going to start at verse 26. This is Luke 17 and 26. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says this. And as it was in the days of Noah, which is Noah, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. Verse 27, they did eat, they drank, they married wives. This is what these wicked ass people are doing right now. Just like in the days of Noah, just like in the days of Lot, when they were doing all their wickedness, they have no cares in the world. Business as usual. People are getting married. People are, getting married this summer, the end of the summer. You know what I'm saying? They go into their fairs and their picnics. They're having a good time. They go into the beaches. They go on skydiving, and they're going canoeing. They're going into the lakes. They're having a great time. Going to the swimming pools. They're having their fairs. They're having their picnics. They're having their parades. Business as usual. It says, verse 26, it says, and as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. Verse 27, they did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai used Noah to tell them people, look, man, hey, it's coming. They thought Noah was crazy. But when the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai brought that flood, and he sealed up that ark, them wicked ass people was banging on the door, let us in, let us in. It's like, no, it's too late now. It's too late. What did the Lord do to him? The Lord said this. It said, and the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Verse 28, likewise also as it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded, right? I'm going to read verse 29 too. It says, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Verse 30, even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Call on Yahweh Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakwadash. Now remember, when I went into Revelation chapter 13 verse 17 for sale, Strong's Concordance is G4453, and the lexicon it says to barter, i.e. to sell absolutely. It gives us the one of the precepts, Luke chapter 17 verse 28. We read that. I'm going to read it again. Luke chapter 17 and verse 28. Luke chapter 17 and verse 28. It says, likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. Right? We go into that word in Luke chapter 17 and verse 28. For sold is Strong's Concordance G4453, the same concordance that it has in Revelation chapter 13 verse 17 when it says for sale. Revelation chapter 13 verse 17, it's sale. When it says no man shall buy or sell, the words for sale, Strong's Concordance G4453 for Revelations 13 and 17, right? It has the same concordance that it has in Luke chapter 17 verse 28 when it says sold, Strong's Concordance G4453. We keep saying this over and over again. It's going to be physical. This is going to be a physical thing that they put inside of you. They're going to insert it inside of you. That's what they're going to do. This is Luke chapter 17 verse 28 in the Tree of Life version translation. It reads, it was just the same in the days of Lot. They were eating, drinking, buying, selling, planting, and building. I mean, hey, we just went into it again, over and over and over and over again. This is what we do. We here at Great Millstone. This is exactly what we do. Okay? The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai we're living in beautiful times right now. Okay? We are living in beautiful times right now. The prophets that were back then are standing in their lot now, and we're prophesying. We were doing it back then, and we're standing in our lot now. Okay? That's reincarnation. We was doing it back then. We're standing back in our lot in these last days, in these end times, in these end days, prophesying. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And you know, Akim, oh, guess what? The Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai gave me a dream last night, where it was kind of a lengthy dream, but one thing that I remember in this dream was I was talking to these people, and then all of a sudden, in the end of the dream, I ended up in this command center. And I was like, and it was a command center. Like, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about, the command center. We know what a command center is. But what I did was, I was like, wait a second, this is a command center. Like, you know, I know what a command center is for, because so the Lord had the Spirit jump on me to look up a command center. A command center is a place, a center where they do operations like military operations, and you know what I'm saying, basically military operations. So I just knew right now what's going on right now with this war with Iran. Iran is ready. They've been preparing for this war for a long ass time, for over 20 years. They prepared, and they're ready. They're ready. They're not backing down. You know what I'm saying? The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is making this thing heat up, and that's why the Lord gave me that spirit with that concerning that command center, because things are about to heat up, man. Militarily, right? And as these months continue to go on and on, man, the Lord Yahweh. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me see here. Let me get this real quick. Let me see. Because the Lord is getting this party started, man. Yahweh Shemel Shah is getting this party started. Let's see here. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Because we're happy right now. We're rejoicing. Because we know that the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is about to come and save his elect. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. Okay? Let's see here. Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is working, man. Let's see. And we're living in beautiful times. Okay? The Lord is going to come back and save us and redeem us, man. And save us. Let's see here. Let's read let's read and all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because we at the end of this thing, we can feel it. We at the end of this thing. Okay, so let's read some. Let's see, Ezekiel, because we at the end of this thing, Akim. Let's read. Let's go to. Yeah, let's read Ezekiel. Let's read Ezekiel, because we at the end of this thing. This is Ezekiel chapter 7. New Living Translation. The title reads, The Coming of the End. We're at the end of this thing. We are at the end. In the ERV title translation, it says, Disaster is coming to Jerusalem. Disaster is coming to you, wicked 2/3. That refuse to come back to the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? Disaster is coming upon you, 2/3. Let's read this real quick. This is Ezekiel chapter 7. And I'm going to start at verse 1 on down. It says this. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shai power unto the land of Israel. An end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land. All this pride, all this wickedness that you wicked 2/3 have done all this time is coming to an end. Thus said the Bible, thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It says, verse 3, Now is the end come upon thee, and I will... Now this is the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai speaking. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And my eyes shall not spare. The Lord ain't gonna spare none of you wicked ass motherfuckers, man. None of you wicked ass motherfuckers. The Lord ain't sparing none of y'all. And my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Verse 5, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai power, and evil, and only evil. Let's get a precept for that. That's in the book of Amos, chapter that's in the book of Amos, chapter 3. Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. It says this. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai have not done it? Okay. If lightning strike a person, just I put a article on the community section, you know what I'm saying, and it was this rock here in Montana. It was this rock that fell on a person's head, and they were injured, and a couple of days later they died from the injuries that from that rock. The Lord did that. Yahweh Shem Yahushai did that. The Lord had that rock fall on that individual's head, and they suffered injuries, and then a couple of days later they died. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai brought judgment on that person. Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? The trumpets are being blown right now, and these people ain't afraid, right? But they will be. You know, all this stuff that's happening, when it's going to continue to intensify. The Lord's going to continue to bring judgments and horror and great terror. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai have not done it? Back to that Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 5. It says, Thus said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. Verse 6, an end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. Verse 7, the morning is come unto thee, O thou dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near. And not the sounding again of the mountains. Verse 8, now I will surely pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai going to repay you wicked ass people back for all the wickedness and the sinful abominations that you have committed. Verse 9, and my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that smiteth. And we know what that word smite means. Verse 10, behold the day, behold it is come, the morning is gone forth, the rod have blossomed, pride have budded. That's all we see in this fucking place right now is pride. The women are prideful, the men are prideful, especially these wicked ass women. Very prideful. But the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is about to bring all that shit to a close. Read it again. Verse 9. And my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that smiteth. Verse 10. Behold the day, behold it is come. The morning is going forth. The rod have blossomed, pride have budded. Verse 11, violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain. The Lord said none of you wicked ass people will remain. None of you. Not one. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain. None of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be any wailing for them. We ain't going to cry for you wicked ass people. We're not going to wail for you. We're not going to lament for you. We're not going to mourn for you. Hell no. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be rejoicing. We're going to be praising our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. When we see the Lord bringing judgment, that's a beautiful thing. Because that's one less wicked ass motherfucker on the earth. And we rejoice. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay? Verse 11, violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be any wailing for them. Verse 12, the time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. That's the spirit right there, because I just did that. Went into the word buying and selling. See, all these motherfuckers that's buying and selling right now, they ain't going to be able to do all that shit very soon. See, that's the spirit. See, the Lord had the spirit jump on me to bring that out. I'm going to read it again. It says, for the seller, it says, verse 12, the time has come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice. They ain't going to be able to buy shit. But these wicked ass people, they going to get so fucked up and so, they're going to be so fucked up and so, they're going to be so through. You know what I'm saying? They're going to run and get that Motb so they can buy and sell. But when all this shit start popping up and everything like that, and we see all this shit that's happening right now. Businesses are closing. They can't buy shit. They can't sell shit. We're reading it out here in the scriptures. It says that the time has come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. For wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Read it again. Verse 12 says that the time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. For wrath is upon the multitude thereof. I'm going to read verse 13 too. It says this: the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. You wicked ass people, y'all rely and depend upon life. You rely and depend upon this system, business as usual. You know what I'm saying? You can go and get your things of this life. And you can live your own life. You can celebrate, and you can go to Starbucks. You can go to KFC. You can go to the movies. You can do all this fucking wickedness, and you wicked ass people put all y'all complete faith and trust in this system. That's the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to bring all that shit to an end. It's coming to a close, and we're there. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. And all this shit is coming to an end. It's coming to an end. So I'm going to wrap it up, Akim. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, and the righteous men of great Millstone who teach us this truth and righteousness and sincerity and in brotherly love. Let's stay strong, Akim. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. We're almost home. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.